And welcome to Corbellic Studios. I'm Corbellic. Today we're going to be painting a beautiful blue bird. A beautiful blue bird. I love doing birds all the time because there's so many different exotic colors. There's so many different strong brush strokes that you could go with it. There's just so many different ways how you can go about it. There's nothing wrong. You can do no wrong when you're painting a bird. And everybody loves a bird. I always call them early birds. I always think of early birds because I'm always early in the morning. So early bird gets the worm. If you're already not part of the community, join the link below so you can also be part of the community, be early, share your artwork, be involved, get support, and start getting some of these sales out on eBay, all right? It doesn't matter what you create. So I'm just gonna pump this out right now just to show you that it's possible that you can also work in a short period of time, make beautiful art. It doesn't matter. The beauty is already there. So we use the projector for the proportions. Only thing you gotta do is just show up, use the colors, use whatever's inside of you. I didn't go to art school. I'm not using any kind of social media to sell my art or any of that stuff. I just show up and make it happen. So let's make it happen together. And I can't wait to show you how quick that we're able to do this and how much fun it's gonna be. All right, let's get straight into this. I'm gonna do the background first because that's what we do, or that's what I do. I like to do the background first. Two birds, one stone, huh? Two birds, one stone. Get it? Get it? Ah. Two birds, one stone. All right, maybe I shouldn't have done the background this color. I'm going to do a little bit of red in it because I'm already doing a blue bird already. So I don't want the background to be blue, or at least not that blue, right? Like you can do it like that, work blue off of blue. Let's do a little bit of purple. Oh, look at that. That's gonna be good. The cool thing about painting as well is that you can have a contrast. So you can have like parts of your canvas be the light at the top, and then you can have it be dark at the bottom, or you can have it be dark at the bottom and light at the top. There's really no rules to this, but I do it this way. That way I'm already filling up the canvas with art, or not with art, but with color, so I don't have to worry about the background later on. And the reason why we don't have to worry about color later on like everybody else is because we're already dealing with the projector. See, if we didn't have to deal with the projector, then we would have to probably do the background later on. But we could just go straight into it because our image is already there. See, half the battle's already done. We're almost done with this painting already. This is going to be so beautiful. Now let me just dry it off with the air gun. All right, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put like an outside color, you know? Like since we already have our bird, what I like to do with a lot of my paintings is I like to put like a color on the outside, so it's kind of like a highlight, kind of like we're giving it some type of shadow or highlight. I don't know. I didn't go to art school. I don't know the technical names of any of this stuff, all right? I just know what looks good for me. You could do anything that you want. There is no wrong way. But look, this is what I mean. Like I'm just giving it its own highlight, its own shadow. I don't know. And the cool thing how we're able to do this is because, like I said, we're working off the projector, so we already have what the image is. And then after I'm done doing this highlight shadow thingy, I'm going to dry it off one more time so I can then start painting on the principal, which is our birdie. Look at that. But let me make sure that it's not too messy on the outside. All right, that's that. Now let me just dry it off and then we can get into it. Watch, you're going to see what I'm talking about when this is over with. This is going to look like some old gallery museum art. And we just did this in like 10 minutes, flipped it, sold it on eBay. We're not even worried about it. We're on to the next one. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to take the 1/2-inch brush out. Let me dry this off a little bit. And I'm just going to go into like our outside area to give ourselves some lines of where our bird is at. Right? And like I said, this is how I sketch. So that way I'm not painting twice. When I'm using the projector, I'm not sketching and then I have to paint it and then I have to sketch again. Like that means that you're basically painting it 2 to 3 times. I don't want to do all that work. At this stage in my life, I'm a lazy artist. I like to get the work done and work smarter, get the money. On to the next one. I don't want to do all this extracurricular stuff that don't even mean anything. So look, I'm just doing the sketching part now with the black ink or the black acrylic, and it looks better too once that you add paint on top of it, because then it's like you have extra layers. You have a body tone underneath of it. The black adds as a foundation of sorts for your colors. Just like white at the end, it adds the texture or the not the texture, but it pops out the color. Black is your foundation. But like I always say, this is not art school, and things that I do, you don't have to do. Whatever feels comfortable for you. That's why we're all special. That's why we're all creative and artists, because the genius that's already inside of you, it's inside of you, and it's not inside of me or whatever I think is. Because the things that you can make happen for yourself are the things that you make possible with your art is super cool. And I'll be like, wow, I can't do that, because you do it your way or however you learn it. All right, so now let me just dry this off one last time, and then that'll be it for our heat gun. I just don't like to paint on wet black too much. All right, now let's take out the 1-inch and let's get to work on this. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna take out some purple, and I don't know what I'm doing with the purple. Maybe like a purplish red, right? Underneath. And look, you see how I'm doing with broad strokes? Like I'm not doubling back. I'm not trying to correct any kind of mistakes. I'm just letting it happen. Whatever it is, it is. I can't control that. That's the bird and God's business. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just the receiver who's showing up. Everything else, it has nothing to do with us. Think of it that way when you're creating art. It's like, don't try to course correct it. Whatever is there already, that's God's work. And that's between the painting and the Lord. That has nothing to do with you. Don't try to course correct what God already had intended for your painting. Whatever it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be. And you may not understand it because you might think that it's ugly, or you might have your ego involved, which is pride. But then God might be having that painting intended for a certain look or a certain way for a certain customer that you don't even know about. You don't even know about that customer yet. And you didn't get a chance to know about that customer because you're so involved in your ego. See, the only people who know what I'm talking about is people who are in the art community, and they've been selling art now, and they're like, man, I didn't know that I was going to be able to sell art like this. I didn't want to do it. I was uncomfortable. I put it out on eBay. I just trusted in it. And then Lord knows, or behold, that it had a buyer, or somebody bought it for $100. That's the cool thing about it. That's how you get to know your audience. That's how you get to know your buyers. But also you know that it has nothing to do with you. Only thing that you can do is just show up. Everything else is already there. Don't try to get in the middle of it. That's when things get messy. Like right now, even though I know that I've painted this bird before for sure, and I painted so many birds before, there's still a piece of me, right? Because I'm human, that's like, oh, what if this is a mess up, or what if? But I'm like, also, that has nothing to do with me, and I'm confident in me showing up that everything's going to be okay. It's fine, because that's not my business. It's not my business, whatever this turns out to be. Is that crazy? That's what happens when you. That's the kind of mindset that you're going to have once you paint thousands of paintings, like I have. You're going to be more. You're going to be more free to let go and also just really trust the process. I know. As artists, we always say that trust the process, and it becomes just a thing to say. But once you paint it, so once you painted so many paintings, it really becomes a thing of just trust the process because you already know that it's okay. Whatever it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be. It's nothing more that you can do, nothing less. I love to add layers. Now, can you see like how when we started off, I'm gonna go in the 1/2 inch right now. When we started off, we added that black, right? And you could just see how it's like a little bit underneath. Instead of you just building up the colors first, it gives you a foundation to work off of. It's kind of a cheat trick if you feel lost. If you feel lost, just use black to build on the layer. All right. I'm having fun with this one. I have fun with all of them. Not because I love all of them. I would be on here lying to you if I got on here and I was like, I love every single one of the paintings that I do. Most of the paintings I do, I don't love them. I don't like them. But the thing that I love about all of them is that, you know what we're doing? We're showing up and just getting it done. We're getting our little feelings out the way. Our feelings don't mean nothing because I'm showing up. That's the part that's fun to me. Every time that I say on here, man, I'm having so much fun, it's not because we're at a theme park or anything. Is I'm having fun because I'm getting the work done. I'm showing up and I'm showing you how to do it as well. And you know what? Let's turn the light on, see where we're at with it. Let's punch it in with a little bit of black and then we can be done. Now, normally this is where I go in with some more white. And we will. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna punch in some areas with some white because that's just my signature. I just have to do it. Let's see where it goes with it. But it feels like for me, it definitely needs it. It's a little bit muddy. And you see how like light I'm doing it? Like there's no particular way or there's no particular pattern or area that I'm doing the white. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I'm dibble dabbling. And that's it. Boom. Look at that. That's our bird right there. We just did that together. That's fun. People love it. It gives it like this little glow on the outside. So that way it's kind of like that morning glow. And yeah, people hang this up in their kitchens, bathrooms, anywhere. People love giving these away as gifts. Always thinking you're in your mind as a customer, where you're giving away a gift, or someone who's going to be giving away a gift, what kind of gift are they be giving? Like something like that, something warm. All right. And then we're on to the next one. We just did this in 10 minutes. Look, if I can do this, you can do this. So that's why I do these paintings. I show up, I show you how we get done with work, and it's easy to flip these things on eBay. You want to learn how you could do this? You can start making money as early as next week. Click the link below, join us in the free eBay art community, and then you can join us on the elite side where we're going to be having Q&A meetings every Sunday. That's this Sunday, and I'm going to see you there.